Good morning.
How are you doing? I hope you are fine. So as you see, we have the same problem with internet connection. Yes, Anas, I receive your call now. And as you know, the problem is just connection. Okay, so we will start our remedial work for today. Just write your real name front of the nickname. For vlogs, you write your name and then you say hi. Good afternoon. I see that you have got the news about the exam. And for Yasir, I will tell you that up to now, it is said that the examination will include only the lessons that you were present and you did it at the classroom. That means any lesson that you did before the date of March. That's it. Hi, Anas. Okay. Waiting, please. Okay, so when we hear reported speech, usually think, or you always think about someone that report the saying of another person. For example, I'm talking to Yasir, for example, and they say, are you happy? And then ask his friend, what did the teacher said? So at that moment, he will start reporting what they did. Great. Now, we have an exercise. Change the following statement into indirect speech. Okay? That means I have the first sentence. I didn't go to the party last night. She told me. When I say indirect speech, that is reported speech. We will work as this. When you start, you will start with the first sentence and then you will find the answer, you write it down, and we correct step by step. We will correct sentence by sentence. Fine? So the first sentence now is, I didn't go to the party last night. She told me. So, just to make a short review, when I want to report, I should make changes concerning pronouns, concerning the tenses, and some words that like last, or yesterday, or now, or this. I hope that you have now in front of you the rules. So open your copybook and open your student book so as you can have the rule in front of your eyes. Okay? Let's start doing the first sentence. Yes. So she told me. And you continue. Quickly, please. Because we have a lot of exercises concerning reported speech and passive voice. So try to think about it. So bear in mind that here we have which tense? We have simple past. The negative form of the verb go is simple past. Didn't go. And the simple past tense and the reported speech, it changes to past perfect. So do. She told me that she didn't went to the party. Bushra bin Sheikh, pay attention. She told me why it is so sad. What is this? She told me why it is so sad. Please, what I want from you is to find the answer of the first sentence, which is, I didn't go to the party last night. Now give me and find the reported speech of this sentence. She told me that Bushra, we cannot say she didn't went. Here we have a dangerous mistake. Didn't went, never. In English we say didn't went. We say did. This is the simple past negative form. Now we change it to past perfect. Yeah. So past perfect, not present perfect. Bushra, this is present perfect. Here we need past perfect. That means you did not revise your lessons. So she told me that she hadn't gone party the previous night. Okay, so this is the correct way of reporting this sentence. Now we move to the second sentence. They have lived in England for years, Amina said. So what did Amina say? Again, here we have present perfect. So we go back to the other tense before present perfect, that is past perfect, because it changes to past perfect, and present perfect changes to past perfect too. Always this problem of internet connection with اتصالات. This is a good that we are facing. We pay for nothing. Yes, so Amina said that they had lived in England for 2 years. Very easy. They had lived in England for 2 years. Okay. Let's move now to the third sentence. I have been waiting for the bus for 3 hours. So What did she say? Yes, Bushra, good. Now number 3. 3. I have been ways present, perfect, continuous. We change it to past perfect continuous. So what will you say? I have been waiting, and we have personal pronoun I will be changed to. So we have changed I, and then we change been, have been waiting. She said that she had been for the bus for 3 hours. Good. Yes, good, Bushra. Now, I can help you tomorrow. I can help you tomorrow. She told me. So she told me that here we have all can. And we know that it will change to could. And also we have the pronoun you should be changed to. What will you say? I, sorry. So, I can help you tomorrow. She told us. So, suppose that I say, okay, I can help you tomorrow. Me, I tell you, I can help you tomorrow. When you want to report my speech, and we say, she told me that yes. She could help me. She could help me tomorrow. You should change tomorrow. You can say the day, the following day, or you say the next day. Great. So you should say she told me that she could help me the next day, the following day. Now, the following sentence. Go to bed early. The doctor said. The doctor said. So here we have the modal should. Okay. And the person. should. We don't change should. We say the doctor said that I should go to bed early because the doctor told me, and I'm reporting what the doctor said. So I said the doctor said that I should go to bed early. Now, we will change the questions into reported speech. The first exercise was about positive sentence to report. Now we'll report the questions. The first question is, did he arrive on time? The teacher asked. So, what will you say? The teacher asked. Yes, the teacher asked. We have here a question, and question starts with did, or do, or does, or are, or is, or When we report it, we use if, because these are yes and no questions. And then we have another kind of questions, which is WH questions. So just review your lesson, open your book now and review the lesson we have said or we have done about reporting questions. We said that we have two kinds of questions. A question that starts with yes and no, a question that starts with auxiliary, that is we need to answer with yes or no, and then we have questions that WH like why, how, who, when, where, why. The doctor said that I should go to the bed early. Okay, we have already finished this and we move to the second part of our remedial work concerning reporting questions. So the first is, did he arrive on time? Now we move to reporting questions. When we have yes and no questions, we if when reporting, and when we have WH questions, we start reporting with the WH word, that is, for example, if it is or when or where, it depends on the sentence. That is, we start with the question word and we continue. I will give you an answer. I will give you an answer. For example, are you a teacher? Ahmed asked. me. So I report, I say, Ahmed asked me if I was a teacher. Or because this sentence has a particular case. Okay. And if someone, for example, when will you start school? The report say he asked me when I started school. So this is the difference between having a question that starts with auxiliary, that is yes and no question, and then the other kind of questions that start with WH questions. When we report, we start with the word, the question word. Yes? The teacher asked if he arrived time. So please, when you want to report a question, just pay attention to the beginning of which word, and then you do the same questions. يعني دوك لي كيسيون اللي كنقبل فيهم الجواب yes or no. لأن ملي كنقول did he arrive on time نقدر نجاوب yes no. داكشي علاش كنسموهم yes and no questions. وهادو كلهم تنعملوا لهم reporting بإف. لكن بالنسبة لهاد الجملة اللي فيها how is your mother my to know هنا ما نعملش if، لأن النوع د لا كيسيون بادي عندنا بالquestion word how اللي هي كتنيو age questions. She wondered me if I had been to bed. اوكي كملنا من now how is your mother my aunt no. So how is your mother? So here you pay attention to how. Fine. When you start your reporting speak, you will start with how. My aunt wanted to know how was my mother. So my aunt wanted to know how was my mother. Because we will change the simple past to the past, and we will keep the question words. Now the following question. How often do you go to the cinema? How often do you go to the cinema? Here we have how often. We have do go, that's present. So my friend asked me how often. We will not keep this question form, okay? How often I went to the cinema. Okay. Great. Now we move to the following question. Don't be mad. Don't you study math? He asked me. He asked me. If studied math. Okay. I receive an eclipse that is a nickname. I don't know who is this nickname. Say hi. Now, let's rewrite the sentences beginning with the word given. We have so the teacher ordered him. How do we report this order? How do we report this order? Go out. To report this, I say the teacher ordered him to go out. Okay. Let's go to the cyber cafe now. My friends asked me. My friends asked me to go or suggested me to go to the cyber cafe, and we have now, we change it to then. Look at this sentence. Don't do it. Don't do it. If we want to report this order, we say she ordered, and we start with not, and then to do it. Not to do it. Great. The following. Please get me a cup of tea. Please get me a cup of tea. So when I say he requested, that means I don't need now to put please. Okay? So directly I say requested a cup of tea. He requested a cup of or I can say he requested to get him a cup of tea. Look at the following. She got married last year. So they told me. Here, this is not a question. This is not an order. This is just a positive sentence. So I say they told me that. We pay attention to the personal pronoun and then to the tense. of the and then to this last year. So we report and say she, or they say they told me she got married, changes to had got married because we changed the simple past to the past perfect. She had got married. And last year we say the previous year. And that's it. Okay, now look at this question. Could you explain number 4, please? Could you explain number 4, please? Here, this is not a positive sentence. This is so I will start. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's continue. As I've said, could you explain number 4, please? He asked me. He asked me if I could explain number 4. He asked me if I could explain number 4. Now, I will come and help you at 12. So this is I'll, that means I'll and help you at 12. This is not a question, this is not an order, just a positive sentence. So he told me he would, so we would, that he would come, that he would come and help me and help me at 12. Great. Now look at this question. What are you doing tomorrow? So here, this is a question. We will report it as we have. Okay? We will start reporting and keeping this question word what. So, what are you doing tomorrow? She asked me. Okay? So, she asked me what. So here we have are doing, present continuous. We change it to past continuous. What I was doing. What I was doing. The next day or the following. Next sentence. I've never been to Wales. Again, this is not a question. This is a positive sentence. he told me that he had. So we have present perfect changes to past perfect. That he had never been to Wales. Okay. I have been living here since 2012. I said that he had. Change it again. Present perfect continuous, change it to past perfect continuous. He had been there since 2012. Great. So I will give you time to copy this correction of sentence. I will come back to you to start the passive voice. Okay, so the passive voice, remedial work also. Okay. Look, if you remember that the passive voice used when we want to emphasize the action, that is the verb, and the sentence rather than subject. This means that the subject is either important than the action itself, or that we don't know who or what the subject is. Great. Like in Arabic, we say المبني للمعلوم and المبني للمجهول. So when I say, for example, Ahmed eats an apple is eaten by Ahmed, this is voice. Okay? Look at this sentence. Leonardo da Vinci, the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is painted by Leonardo da Vinci. So the first sentence is the active voice. The second is the passive voice. We have the subject Leonardo da Vinci in the first sentence, and then we have verb, and then we have object. Look at the second sentence. The object become a subject, the Mona Lisa, and then we work with the verb to be, and we have to make the verb to be in the tense of the original sentence. عندنا هنا painted في simple past. ملي غنبغي نحول الباسيف غادي نجيب هذاك الverb to be هو اللي كنخدمو فيه في الباسيف فويس الverb to be، ولكن الverb to be في نفس لو طون اللي هو فيه الفعل اللي في الجملة الأصلية. إذا هنا عندي painted في simple past، جبت verb simple past فعطاني was، علاش ما عطانيش were؟ لان عندي موناليزا اللي بديت بها السنتنس هي singular. غادي نعمل après كنجيب هذاك لو فيرب اللي هو في لوريجينال سنتنس وكنعملو في الباست بارتيسيبل. بارتيسيبل راكم لا شفتوا الافعال اللي كنصرفوهم في لونجلي تيكون عندي مثلا الفيرب انفينيتيف وعندي باست وعندي الباست بارتيسيبل. هذاك البارتيسيبل هو الباست بارتيسيبل هما هذوك الافعال اللي في الكولون الثالثه كاينين عندكم في معظم الكتب، تلقاهم في معظم الكتب ديال اللغه الانجليزيه ديال القواعد. اوكي غيكون عندكم مشكل ديال تغيير الفعل الباست بارتيسيبل بالنسبه للناس اللي ما حافظينش الريجولار فيربس. اوكي او مشكل واخا تفهم القاعده وما تكونش حافظ الirregular verbs ما يمكنش لك تصاوب تحول من active voice للباسيف voice. great. اوكي refresh this page. Fine. Now, the active sentence we have subject, verb, object. The passive we have object and verb and then subject. And sometimes we are not interested in the subject. We cannot do this by. The verb form in the passive sentence is written this way. Be plus past participle. Okay? One thing to know is that be takes the tense and the time of the verb in the active form. Now let's practice. Jane paints many houses every year. Or Jack paints many houses every year. So what we will do here? We have Jack paints. The verb is paints. This is simple present. Many houses every year. So we will start. Many houses. ها هما many houses هي اللي غادي تكون عندنا لأن نهار الامتحان الوطني غادي يكونوا عاطين باش بادين الجملة. نتوما غتكملوا. دونك باش غنكمل بطريقه صحيحه غنجي نقرا مزيان هاد الجمله الاولى وغادي على الفيرب هو paints. اذا paints خاصني هنا نعمل verb to be في هاد لو طون. هذا verb لو طون غادي يكون عندي اما is or are. انا عندي many houses اذا are paints غادي نجيب ال present or past participle ديال paints are painted. okay every year. okay so many houses are painted every year. إذا الخدمة اللي تندير هي أنني كنبحث على الفعل في الجملة الأصلية وكنجيب الفيرب to be في هذاك لو طون وكنزيد نرجع لنفس الفعل نجيبو في الباست participle. My father is reading a newspaper in the living room. إذا هنا عندي is reading present continuous. A newspaper. إذا هنا خاصني نجيب verb to be في present continuous is being. علاش عملنا is being وما عملناش are being؟ لأنه عندي أنا one newspaper is being. is باين. le verb هنا هو reading. إذا غنجيب past participle ديال read اللي هو read. okay is being read. and I continue the sentence that is in the living room. Here my mother is washing the dishes in the kitchen. So think about it. We have present continuous. Okay. So what we will do here? Think. Yes. My mother is washing the dishes in the kitchen. Waiting for your answer, please. Okay. So we say that the dishes, as we have plural, we say were, are. What do you say? So we have is washing. That is dishes. We say are being. Okay. Are being. And we look for the past participle of the verb. Washed. The dishes are being washed. Here we have the lady was cleaning the room when you came in. The was being cleaned. The room was being cleaned, because here we have was cleaning, that is the continuous, and here we have past continuous of verb to be, and then the past participle of the verb in the sentence. Now, my friend was deleting some files from computer. So here we start the sentence with some files, and here was deleting. This is what? This is the present, the past continuous. So we have to bring the past continuous of the verb to be here, and was being, okay, sorry, because there is a problem with my computer concerning typing, and here we say that some files I cannot keep. I should change it to were, because I have the plural files. So were being deleted, were being, some files were being deleted from his computer. Okay. Now, look, we have, these are examples taken from national bags. Look, they have published a new report divorce rate in the Times magazine. So هاد النوع من الأسئلة هما تعطوا في الناسيونال، في الباك ناسيونال بالنسبة للباسيف voice. Like this sentence, they have published a new report on divorce in the Times magazine. A new report on divorce rate. إذن عندي published هذا هو simple past. إذن simple past كان نجيب الفيرب to be في simple past ونرد البال هذاك لو سوجي اللي عندي بدات به الجملة اللي هو a new report. إذن one say was. A new report was published. That is, this is a regular verb. I should write here the past participle of the irregular verb. Of this irregular verb, that is published. Was published on divorce in the Times magazine. Great. Now, a multinational company offered Layla. So here again, this is the simple past. I should put here the simple past verb to be. I say Layla was offered a good job by a multinational company. I can say here by multinational company. Okay. Parents should encourage children to eat healthy food. So children, so here plural. Okay. And we have should encourage children, and I have here model, so I will keep it should. Okay. Should, and I say be, should be, children should be encouraged. Okay, the past participle, encouraged by Okay, to eat. Okay, to eat healthy food. Yes, okay. So children